Hello, in this tutorial we're going to create realistic dynamic blades of grass. Right, first create a plane, right, rotate it vertically, okay, move the pivot point to the bottom, right, scale it. Now let's give it some a blade of grass material. If you have the node wrangler, just press Ctrl T. Right there we have our blade of grass. Now you can pick whichever one you prefer. Right, let's hide the shadows. You can, right, now let's make the ground. Make it however big you want it. Right, give it a color, nice greenish or brownish color. Right, now let's subdivide it because we're gonna use the weight paint. So we need a very high, a good resolution. Right, that looks good. Right, now let's create our geometry node. Let's call it grass. Right, create a distribute point on faces. Alright, now let's also make our plane visible by joining it with for our original geometry. Right now, let's paint something on using the weight paint mode. Now we want the blades of grass to only appear where we've made where the weight, where there's like some weight in the paint. We do that by linking the selection input to the selection parameter and the distribution of the points. Right now, put an instance on points, and we're gonna link our blade of grass to those points. By creating an object info. And make it relative. Okay, at this point, the blades of grass don't look very organic, so we're gonna give it a random Z rotation. By creating our own vector. There we go. Now we need to change the value, the random value from 0 to pi or 2 pi. Okay, now we're gonna try to also vary the scale, but the scale is gonna change with the size and the weight paint. And it's also gonna have a random value to it. Again, we're just creating our own scale vector. Okay, now we're going to get the selection value and multiply it by our new input, which is we're going to call max size. And we're also going to create another input called minimum threshold, because we don't want blades of grass smaller than a certain size to appear on our plane on the ground. We're multiplying this value, the weight, which is a value from 0 to 1 to the maximum size, and also making it variable. But right now, you can't see any changes because it's set to Boolean, so change it to float. Right now, it's working the way we want it. And now you can paint however way you want it. Now we're gonna make our selection a little bit more efficient by not showing blades of grass smaller than a certain size. Otherwise, it's gonna fill the whole plane and it's not gonna look realistic. Increase the increase the minimum threshold, and you have control over how the grass looks. Right now, you can paint however you want, change the size, but it's looking a little bit boring. So it'll be cool if you could animate it. Like we can do it very easily. Just select the grass and create a vertex group. We can call it top. And then also don't forget to assign it. Then create a modifier, a wave modifier. Then select your vertex group so that it only affects the top part of the leaf. Change the settings to like slow down the animation, the speed, to make it look the way you want it. And then finally you have this result, anything you like. Thank you, and please subscribe.